Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Paul Levesque era took over the WWE in 2024 as Triple H and his team put together a remarkable 12 months focused on top-tier storytelling. The emphasis on long-term narratives elevated most storylines. CM Punk's iconic rivalry with Drew McIntyre lasted 9 months, but the realistic cinematic elements maintained throughout heightened fan interest. Similarly, Cody Rhodes' story with the Bloodline was universally praised. Roman Reigns' redemption arc has led to an intriguing change in his character, leading to rekindled narratives. However, Hunter didn't hit the jackpot with all of his storylines. On that note, let's look at 3 WWE feuds that Triple H fumbled in 2024. Chad Gable's desperation to win the Intercontinental Championship crossed all boundaries when he snapped and brutally assaulted Sami Zayn, after losing his title match against the underdog from the underground in front of the latter's friends and family in Canada. The Alpha Academy, comprising of gentle and docile members, was forced to take Gable's side. The former Olympian was ruthless as he ridiculed and physically assaulted his stablemates. Otis took the brunt of the verbal and physical abuse soon after Gable lost to Zayn at Clash at the Castle, Scotland. He crossed the line by slapping Akira Tozawa. This angered Otis, who shoved his master Gable to the ground to a massive ovation. However, WWE didn't capitalize on Gable's heat and Otis' popularity. Chad Gable then allied with the Creed brothers and Ivy Nile to form American Made and engaged in a horrifying feud with the Wyatt Six. The Alpha Academy, without Gable, slipped down the card and often struggled for TV time. Triple H revisited the feud in the final weeks of 2024, but it was too late. Otis had lost much of his popularity, and the crowd's hatred for Gable had greatly diminished. If Hunter had capitalized immediately, Otis could have broken out as a singles superstar, and Gable could have become a strong heel in the mid-card. Instead, Triple H focused on the former Olympian's angle with the Wyatt Six when Finn Balor betrayed Damian Priest at SummerSlam to cost him the World Heavyweight Championship. Triple H had the opportunity to create another Bloodline, Civil War-type scenario with the Judgment Day. Priest and Rhea Ripley formed the Terror Twins, while the Judgment Day, including Liv Morgan, continued to play the numbers game. WWE has held off the blow-off to the Ripley-Morgan-Dominic angle, but they jumped the gun on Priest's redemption at Bad Blood. The Archer of Infamy defeated the Prince relatively comfortably. Priest then distanced himself from the Judgment Day and pursued the World Heavyweight Championship, facing Gunther at Survivor Series. War Games. Balor showed up to cost Priest again at Survivor Series. Gunther was added into the mix as all 3 men fought over the world title at Saturday night's main event, where the ring general retained his gold. The stop-start nature of the feud and the inclusion of Gunther took away from the animosity between Balor and Priest. Secondly, the Punisher should have stuck by Ripley's side to give the storyline a sense of a full-fledged civil war. Lastly, Balor losing to Priest at Bad Blood closed the chapter on the rivalry too soon, when it could have been prolonged with a dirty win for the Irish or a controversial finish. Shinsuke Nakamura returned in mid-November with a fresh mystical character to blindside the then United States champion, LA Knight. The King of Strong Style would gain a strong psychological advantage by continuously blindsiding the champion with the occasional and dreaded Black Mist at Survivor Series. War Games. Nakamura dethroned Knight to win the United States Championship. If the intention was solely to make the 44-year-old champion, the bout should have been a one-off. However, Triple H has extended this feud. The Wayward Samurai attacked Knight a few weeks ago, declaring his intentions. Since the feud has been extended, it made little sense to rush the title change at Survivor Series. Some felt that it was too soon to give Nakamura the title, so Hunter could have spent more time rebuilding him after the former's recent months-long absence. Furthermore, it has become a side feud to Knight's ongoing narrative with the new Bloodline, devaluing the United States Championship. As the chief content officer of WWE, Triple H has often been regarded as a visionary behind the company's modern-day success. However, even the best can miss the mark, and in 2024, some of the major feuds under Triple H's leadership seemed to falter. Whether due to poor creative choices, unfulfilled potential, or underwhelming booking, these rivalries did not live up to expectations. Let's delve into 3 feuds in WWE 2024 that Triple H seemed to fumble, and what could have been done differently to make them more successful. 1. Roman Reigns vs. Cody Rhodes, the aftermath of WrestleMania 40. The rivalry between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes had been building for years, with fans eagerly awaiting their clash at WrestleMania 40. The stage was set perfectly for an emotionally charged main event, Cody, the underdog son of the legendary Dusty Rhodes, fighting to reclaim the family legacy from the dominant Roman Reigns, who had been on an unprecedented title run. But after Cody's emotional loss at Mania, it seemed as if WWE had finally found the perfect moment for Cody's redemption. However, the aftermath was handled poorly, and this feud became a textbook example of Triple H fumbling a top-tier rivalry. Missed opportunity. The story of redemption was underdeveloped. After the shock loss at WrestleMania 40, the immediate reaction from fans was one of disappointment. Cody Rhodes was over, the fans wanted him to win, and the momentum was on his side. The logical step seemed to be a rematch that would have given Cody his chance at redemption. However, instead of capitalizing on this, Triple H opted for a more prolonged storyline that felt too drawn out and lacked the necessary emotional stakes. Cody's first rematch with Reigns at Backlash 2024 felt rushed and lacked the storytelling depth that was required for such an important moment. There was a lack of clarity in why Cody was pursuing Roman again, and WWE relied too heavily on secondary elements like the interference of the Usos and Solo Sikoa. These interruptions, while fine in moderation, made it feel like Cody's quest for the title was being undermined, turning what could have been a personal battle into a chaotic mess. The feud started feeling more like a string of random matches with too many outside factors, rather than the deeply personal clash it had the potential to be. The missed booking path, a clearer story of legacy and redemption. To make this feud more compelling, Triple H could have leaned into the emotional narrative of legacy more. For instance, if Cody's quest to win the title was tied more closely to his relationship with Dusty Rhodes, it could have added a deeper layer of emotional investment from the fans. Instead of spinning the feud out with endless interference, the focus could have been on Cody proving he could overcome the odds without help. Triple H missed a major opportunity to build a clear-cut redemption arc for Cody, one that would have given the eventual victory, whether at SummerSlam, Survivor Series, or another pay-per-view, a massive payoff. What could have worked better here was to build a slow-burn story. After the loss at WrestleMania, Cody could have gone on a journey, facing various challenges, not just Roman, but also perhaps facing other top contenders in WWE, to prove that he was truly worthy of being the champion. A character evolution, where he doubts himself for a time before reaffirming his belief in his destiny, would have made the eventual showdown against Reigns feel even more meaningful. In conclusion, Triple H had the tools to create a legendary feud here, but the lack of cohesive storytelling and the overuse of outside interference resulted in a missed opportunity for a truly epic saga. 2. Seth Rollins vs. Drew McIntyre, a feud that lost its way. At first glance, the feud between Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre had all the makings of a hard-hitting, grudge-filled rivalry. Rollins, the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, was in the midst of an incredible run, while McIntyre was looking to reclaim his spot at the top after years of being in the shadow of bigger stars. Their contrasting personalities, Rollins as the flamboyant and resilient champion and McIntyre as the cold and brutal challenger, could have made for an electrifying feud. But as 2024 wore on, the rivalry quickly sputtered out. Missed opportunity. Too much of a haste and lack of focus. The biggest issue with this feud was the fact that it felt rushed and lacking focus. WWE tried to set up a rivalry between these two powerhouse athletes, but the creative direction failed to maintain consistency. From the moment the two locked horns, it became clear that there was no clear reason for their animosity beyond Rollins being the champion and McIntyre wanting to claim the title. In 2024, the audience expected something more intricate than just a simple clash for the title. The feud started to feel repetitive after a while. McIntyre came off as a heel with little reason to be as vindictive as he was, while Rollins, despite being the champion, often seemed more like a supporting player than the focal point. Triple H, who is known for his long-term booking, missed the opportunity to delve into McIntyre's psychological struggles or offer a personal reason for his attack on Rollins. The missed booking path, a story of betrayal or redemption. This feud had the potential to explore deeper character elements. If Triple H had crafted a storyline around McIntyre's internal struggles, perhaps bringing back elements from his previous storyline involving betrayal from his friends, or even showcasing the fractured psyche of someone who had spent too much time away from the spotlight, it would have created a much stronger, emotional core. On the other hand, Rollins, who had been carrying the company with his resilience and unmatched work ethic, could have been portrayed as the ever-determined champion who refused to back down no matter how many times McIntyre tried to break him. A redemption story for McIntyre could have been tied to him overcoming his bitterness and proving that he truly deserved the title. Ultimately, this rivalry failed because there was no story beyond the title itself. Had Triple H allowed McIntyre to wrestle with his own motivations and delved deeper into the internal conflict of both men, the feud could have been much more compelling. 3. Becky Lynch vs. Charlotte Flair. The stale rivalry resurfaces. Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair's rivalry has been one of the most storied in WWE history, with numerous classic matches and memorable moments. However, in 2024, Triple H made the questionable decision to reignite their rivalry in a manner that lacked the heat and intensity that had once fueled their clashes. While it was evident that both women still had star power, the creative behind their feud seemed tired, uninspired, and out of place in the modern WWE landscape. Missed opportunity, the lack of freshness and stakes. By 2024, fans had already seen these two go back and forth countless times, with their feud peaking years earlier. While Triple H attempted to reignite the flames by incorporating elements of their previous rivalry, he failed to introduce anything new or exciting into the mix. The feud became a reshred of older angles, with little to no innovation, while Charlotte's role as a top-tier heel and Becky's position as a beloved face were still intact. WWE failed to make the rivalry feel personal. Rather than leaning into the history they had together or exploring new emotional depths, the storyline came off as repetitive, with the two women feuding simply because that was the easiest option. Moreover, the lack of a compelling stipulation for their matches, or even a clear-cut story behind their animosity, made it hard for fans to invest. The missed booking path, fresh storylines and stakes beyond titles. Instead of rehashing old angles, Triple H could have gone for a fresh approach. For example, exploring a story where both women were forced to team up due to external circumstances, for example a battle against a common enemy, could have created a situation where they had to face their past, leading to a natural build-up for a more intense and personal feud. Additionally, incorporating aspects of their personal lives, such as Becky's role as a mother and Charlotte's role as the daughter of Ric Flair, could have created some compelling moments of drama. Charlotte could have taunted Becky's motherhood and questioned her ability to balance being a mom and a fighter, while Becky could have challenged Charlotte's legacy, questioning whether she had what it took to carve her own path. In short, Triple H should have thought outside the box with this rivalry, injecting new ideas and stakes that would reignite the passion fans once had for this high-profile feud. Conclusion: WWE in 2024 missed feuds and missed moments. Triple H, for all his creativity and experience, made some crucial missteps in 2024 that prevented some of WWE's most anticipated feuds from reaching their full potential. Whether it was through rushed storytelling, lack of emotional depth, or an over-reliance on old rivalries, these three feuds were prime examples of how a lack of innovation and foresight can result in missed opportunities. Had Triple H adjusted the booking or taken a different creative approach, these rivalries could have been some of the best WWE had seen in years. Instead, they became cautionary tales of what happens when potential is left untapped. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.